Hello, friends. Welcome and namaste. For today's meditation, I've been inspired to remind us of self compassion. Been in a conversation with a dear friend who's going through a separation. And as we're talking, of course, things from me are coming up from my relationship. I've been divorced for 8 years and I still have those things come up. Right. And they are, we're talking in our conversation about the boundaries that weren't drawn, not using your voice, not having the words, various things. And over and over, as we were in conversation, I just kept thinking, oh my gosh, we both just need self compassion so very much. And so I've been back in my self compassion practices and listening to and doing my own meditations around that. And I'm going to offer that for you today. So first, just think of your physical posture. And if the only way you can show up is lying down, that's fine. But whatever posture you're in, try to have a long spine so that all of the energy can move in the body and it doesn't stagnate. And yes, we have to use a little bit of muscular contraction to sit up tall. But if we're really tight, tense, and rigid, again, there's no permeability, right? Things can't move in the body. So find a sense of softness. There is no perfect way to do this. There's just the way you're doing it right now. And we're going to add a little visualization. So you might choose to close your eyes. And you can do it a couple of different ways. Well, there's probably more ways than that, whatever works for you. But sometimes I hear it taught that you imagine there's another version of yourself standing and facing you, and you're looking at yourself, them at you. I personally like to divide myself into two sides, my right and my left, and just work within the body that I have, right? But you're going to have two aspects of yourself. So imagine two sides of yourself or two of you. And the first aspect is the true friend side of yourself. They love you, everything about you. They accept you completely as you are. They know your dreams, your hopes, your fears, your failures. They've seen it all, been with you through it all. And they support you and love you with all of their heart. And the other aspect is the wounded part of you, the part that has been let down, has felt lonely, like you don't belong, has been heard, hurt, left out. Feels poor, any of those kind of wounded parts of you. Put them in this aspect, the wounded aspect. And then imagine now with every inhale that you take that the true friend aspect starts to breathe in your suffering from the wounded aspect. So they're able to just take that in for you. So every inhale, the true friend aspect breathes in any of the suffering from the wounded part of you. And let that continue, but add on every exhale, you breathe back to the wounded part of you from the true friend aspect, right? You breathe back to that part of you. Relief, ease, peace, comfort, If there's another something that speaks to you, that. So every inhale, the true friend breathes in the suffering, and every exhale, they breathe out relief, ease, peace, and comfort to the wounded part of ourselves. Next time that you breathe in, imagine the true friend breathing in any aloneness that the wounded part has felt. And as they breathe out, they're going to breathe out connectedness. So breathing out any aloneness that you feel currently, that you've ever felt. And they breathe back to you connectedness, belonging. If you have any feelings of being unloved or having been unloved, let the true friend aspect breathe those parts out of you into them. And then they transform that and they breathe out to you love and light. Acceptance. If you have any feelings or have had of being poor, whether that's financial, your health, feeling like you haven't had enough friends, if there's any deficit that you've felt, is another way I could say it. Let the true friend aspect breathe in that deficit and transform it and breathe back wealth and abundance. Do that for a few breaths. If you have any grief or sorrow or have had, let them breathe in that suffering, your grief, your sorrow. And as they breathe out, just imagine their arms wrapping around you and holding you and supporting you. If there's a different way you prefer your support, imagine that. Kind, loving words, holding your hand, just energy. Whatever it is that you feel like you need, let the true friend aspect provide that for you right now in your visualization. And if there are any other feelings that surfaced for you that are what I'll call negative, not that they're necessarily negative, right? But that have hurt you. That's the way I want to say it, that have hurt you. Imagine the true friend breathing that in for you. And then whatever the counter is, right? Let that come back to you on the exhale. And then let's put one hand on the heart and another over it, our own heart. Pause and let those two parts of you embrace in your visualization and let them become one. And as you gently bow your head in, just taking a moment and, you know, if there are words that would help you right now, I'm sorry you're suffering. I can see you're grieving. I know you're angry. I'm sorry for that. And it's not a matter of trying to take it away or push it down. It's just noticing and just simply observing, witnessing, and letting that part of yourself know you see that. Bring your hands together in front of your heart in a moment of gratitude that you show up for yourself in this way. Namaste, friends. You don't have to be going through a separation or a divorce, right? You don't have to have had a mother who just died. Yes, these things happen, but we all pretty much every day have something going on, I bet, where there's a little bit of hurt or where the wounded comes back, maybe from years ago, maybe currently. And self compassion, I think, is the best tool we can bring to that. Namaste.